What is going on, guys? My name is Bill Mathews from the BassinBill96 YouTube channel. In today's video, you guys are going to want to buckle up, stick around, stay tuned, all that good stuff, because this is one of the craziest days that I've ever had on the water in my entire life. And the original premise for this video was we were going to try to throw this chatterbait for some early pre-spawn giant bass. And it kind of worked, as you guys are about to see here in about a minute or two. But the thing is, this video does a much better job of showing you that you need to fish the conditions. So we make some very crucial changes and have one of the most unbelievable days that I've ever had on the water. So let's just jump right into it. Got one. First bite of the day. Little guy, not a giant. We have been on the water for literally 5 minutes throwing this chatterbait around, and that's what this video is going to be about. We're going to be talking about ice out bassing. This lake was frozen 3 or 4 days ago, and there is 48-degree water right here. Fishing the shallow water in the back of this cut, and we've been here for 5 minutes. Already got the first bite of the day. Little jackhammer chatterbait on that BassinBill96 trailer. Probably like a solid 13, 14 incher. Not a great big one, but that is the way we want to start it off. Throw her back in the water. That is my second largemouth bass of the year. Literally just got out of the ice out. We already have almost 50-degree water, so stick around, stay tuned. This is going to be throwing the chatterbait for giant bass. That's what I'm trying to teach you in this video, so should be a freaking good one. The fact that we got bit that early, but there's some giants in this lake, and we're trying to catch one over 6 pounds today. That's going to be the goal. He hit it a little bit off the edge. The guy reeled it for a ways, and then he hit it. So the key for us today is going to be trying to find that warmer water. That's where we're starting in the back of this pocket. It should be some of the warmest water on the lake, but we're probably going to go out to the main lake here at some point too and fish some main lake flats. But a lot of guys think that they have to be fishing out deep this time of year, and the fact of the matter is a lot of those giant pre-spawn female bass, they're going to move up. If you get a sunny day like this and that water temperature rises 5, 6, 7 degrees, those big fish are going to be up shallow. So might not get as many bites, might be able to catch a ton out deep right now if you're throwing Ned rigs, blade baits, something like that. But the fact of the matter is, if you want to catch a giant bass, a chatterbait up in shallow water right after those lakes thaw out is one of my favorite ways to do it. So we're going to fish this whole cove, and then we're going to go out to the main lake, start fishing some shallow grass flats. Like I said, should be pretty warm as well, and we're going to try to locate some of these big bass for y'all. We weren't freaking recording. Are you kidding me? I just looked down at the GoPro and got so sad. This is like 3 casts after that last fish. I turned off my GoPro after just talking to the camera for a second, and we just caught like a, I don't know, we'll get her on the scale. It's over 4 pounds. I can't believe we weren't recording. No way, that was such a cool freaking bite. Well, the good news for you guys is we've been here for like 5.5 minutes, and we already caught 2 bass, including a big one, so we should get some big bass on camera for you, but somehow that one was not recorded. It was right after that last fish. What do we got here? Oh, it's a 5-pounder. It's bigger than I thought. 5.09 pounds, dude. A 5-pounder to start it off. Like I said, we're going for a 6 today. That's kind of the goal, but 5.06 pounder to start off the day. Gnarly looking tail, sitting up in literally like 6 inches of water. Let me show you guys, because like I said, you didn't get to see the catch, but all these pad stems right here, I was taking the chatterbait right through there, and this fish freaking crushed it. Gonna get a couple pictures of that fish, get her back in the water, and like I said, we're gonna get some big ones on camera for you guys. I can feel it. We definitely are going to catch some more big bass. We've been here for like freaking no time at all. Get that fish back in the water. 5-pounder to start it off. I'm so sorry we did not get that fish on camera. I'm a freaking idiot. First 5-pounder of the year for us. Beautiful, beautiful bass. There she goes. On that jackhammer and that little BassinBill96 trailer. We got to get back out there. We are rolling, and the camera's staying on for the rest of the day. We caught 2 bass, including that one that went just over 5 pounds in that pocket on the chatterbait, and we decided to head back out to the main lake. And this is where things get crazy. Chris casts out a blade bait, and first cast catches a fish, throws the fish back. Don't think much of it. Next cast catches another fish, throws it back. I'm like, wow, that's pretty interesting. He proceeds to do that 4 or 5 more times, catches 6 or 7 bass back to back to back, and I'm like, you know what? There might be something to this. So we tie in the exact same bait, the Johnson Thin Fisher, and decide to join him on this blade bait bite because it seems like it might be the deal for the day. Is that a decent one? We gotta switch it up, guys. The original plan for this video was to be a big chatterbait bass video, and we did catch one 5-pounder, which is awesome, but didn't get it on camera. And we've come out to the main lake here, and Chris has caught like 6 or 7 bass in a row on a blade bait, so It's going to be just a springtime in general fishing. You definitely have to fish the conditions. This is a lot better if we had some wind on the water, and as you guys can see, it's flat calm out here. So blade bait and the bottom baits are going to be a little bit better today, and we're going to switch up to that blade and join Chris and hopefully catch some bass, because he's catching one almost every freaking cast. I can't sit here and keep chucking this chatterbait at nothing. It's just not working, so we got to switch it up. Sometimes you go out with the intention of filming one video and you end up filming another one. So we're going to tie on a little gold blade bait and try to catch a bunch of bass with Chris, and hopefully run into some big ones on a blade too, because it's not a chatterbait, but the blade does catch some large bass as well. So we're gonna get this tied up, cast out there, and switch it up. So this is gonna be the bait of choice. This is the exact same blade bait that Chris has just caught all his fish on, little Johnson thin fisher. And we are tying this up on a 7-foot medium heavy rod, and we've got 12-pound test. That's gonna be the setup for today. You can throw these things on casting or spinning. I actually do it a lot of times on spinning, but oh, Chris just missed another one. We got to get in the freaking water. I do it a lot of times on spinning, but today we're going to try throwing this on casting, since it is a 1/2 ounce blade. If you throw a 3/8, that's usually when I'm going to step it down to a spinning rod, but we need to get out there. Chris is freaking waxing him every freaking cast. He's catching a fish on this blade. We're ready to go. We need to get in the freaking game. I've only caught 2 fish so far, right in that very first spot of the day, and one was a 5. So I've been having a good day as far as size of fish goes, but Chris just caught so many 2-pounders back to back to back. Got him. There we go. On the blade bait, my first one. That's a decent fish right there. Just fishing around this bowl. Come on, baby. Not a giant by any means, but like I said, Chris was catching a bunch of like 2 1/4, 2.5 pounders. We were actually putting them on the scale, trying to get our best 5 for today, but have not caught any giants on the blade bait yet. But I do have a feeling if we throw this enough, we might luck into one, because this is like fish number 10 on the blade. And as you guys can see, it's starting to throw. They're choking it. Nice like 1.5-pounder right there. I got to get the pliers, I think, for this guy though. Okay, first blade bass for me going back in the water. Had that blade choked head first. That is how they're eating it, guys. Got him. Just running right at me. Yeah, no. Thing was just going bonkers. Little bass on the blade. There she goes. She popped right off. Hold on, baby. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, mama. Don't do it. Don't do it to me. Okay. Stop. Little 12-incher. Felt like it was about a 6-pounder for, I don't know, 4 seconds there. Just running right at the boat. Trying to jump into the old skeeter. Yep, there she is, dude. Now we're getting into him. Dude, she's running straight out. It's like every cast. It's like every freaking cast, guys. I don't know what's going on with the size. We're catching all these little dinker guys now, but the blade bait is getting munched. That's like fish number 3 for me. I just switched up. I've taken like 7 casts with this, and they're just going crazy for it. Going absolutely bonkers for the blade bait. So apologize that this video started out as that chatterbait video, but as you guys can see, we had to make the move. We had to make the change, and it's going pretty well on this little blade. Come here, baby. Another like pounder. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. Like any one of these casts truly could be like a 6+ pounder, but it seems like a lot of the little ones are definitely stacked up out here. You got one? Is that a good one? It's a decent one. Oh my gosh, that was right after I just caught that one. You need help, or are you both flipping her? That's a good one. That's a decent one though. Yeah, see, that is a little bit better fish that we're looking for. Oh yeah, we'll weigh that one for the best 5. So like I told you guys, Chris caught a couple off camera. I wasn't really recording or anything, so he had a 2.27, 2.42, and a 2.51. So yeah, that one's gonna cap our best 5 off for us. And then we got that 5.09 from earlier that I caught. 2.35 pounder. That is our 5th fish. And we have a grand total of 14.66 pounds. So 14.5 pound bag. Got a nice 5-pound kicker. We need to catch another one like that to really start bumping our weight up, but lots of like 2-pounders out here. I just like how you don't even have to work it slow at all. Nope. Just pumping it. Just straight pumping it. Yeah, look at that. It's crazy. We should talk about that. I want to talk about our retrieve here in a second, guys, because we're really not fishing these blade baits like you normally would, and it's working very well today. Fishing these really, really fast. Hold on. Little slime ball right here. Another little 12-incher for me. Going back in, but usually when you're fishing a blade bait, you're kind of barely lifting up the rod. You want to feel that blade kind of start vibrating maybe once or twice, and you drop it down, and usually wait like 3 to 5 seconds. But today, I mean, I'm lifting this rod a ton. I'm giving it like, you know, 5 or 6 vibrations when it comes up, and you're ripping it up like every like 2 seconds or so. We're moving this super fast, and they're all about it. I've never worked a blade bait this fast in my life, and it seems like you can't work it too fast. So that is kind of the retrieve of the day. I mean, the blade bait's definitely the move, but working it really fast has been very, very key for us as well. But I think that we've probably caught like 15 fish on the blade bait in the past 20 minutes or so. It's almost every freaking cast. Like I said, Chris probably had 7 before I even tied one on, so they are definitely on this blade. Look, there's one right underneath the boat right now too, out deep. Try dropping it on him. That's the only reason I like throwing these on spinning, because I would have been able to just open my bail right there. Yep. The casting rod, you got to really let all that line out. Couple nice marks though, just went over. Most of these fish are coming in about 5 to 6 foot of water right in the weed edge, but some of them are a little bit deeper. We're sitting in 14 right now, and caught a few out deep and seeing some good stuff on the graph as well, but mostly casting up on the edge of that weed and just ripping it right out of there. Yes, got one. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta let you go. Got one.
Got one too.
Oh, Chris has got one. Doubled up. We were on the phone right there for a second, boys, but we just doubled up. Mine's actually not a bad one. Not a giant, but that's probably the biggest one I've caught in the blade so far.
It's tiny.
Yeah. Nice, like 14, 15 incher for me. And yeah, Chris has got a little 12er. I was on the phone really quick and lifted up, freaking running away with it. This one's got it down her throat again too. This is the most unbelievable blade bait bite I've ever seen in my entire life. I've never caught this many fish in such a short amount of time. Just one after a freaking another. Chris has got another one. I just let that fish go because mine had it like foul hooked, choked down her throat. That's another decent one. It's crazy. This is one of the most absurd blade bait bites I've ever seen.
You can't do any wrong.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do wrong. Yeah, just rip the blade. They're smoking it. Another 14 incher. Gosh darn, man. Good thing we switched up. I was gonna try to really just work out that. Yeah, I was gonna try to grind it out and do that chatterbait video. And Chris caught like 7. I was like, we have to tie the blade bait on, and it was definitely worth it. Oh my word. That was absurd. There he is. Came back for it. That thing hit it like a northern pike. That's a good one. Might want to get the net on this one, Chris. Yeah. I mean, it's not giant, but it's probably 2.5. Yeah. And I saw she was hooked kind of funny. Dude, that thing hit it on slack line like a freaking piranha. Like a giant northern pike or something. Came back for it like 2 hops later. Not as big as I thought, but still, that's probably one of my better ones on the blade so far. 1.5, 1 3/4 pounder. Nice 15 incher, very healthy, and just absolutely clapping that blade bait off the bottom of the lake. One of the most fun bites you could get on. If you guys have never thrown a blade bait, you have to get out there and try this thing. Whenever it's cold water, early spring, late winter, this is one of the best baits that you could possibly have tied on. And as you guys can see, it's putting on a clinic today. 3 days after ice out. The water is warmer than I thought, but still kind of in that winter transition, just starting to move up shallow, and they are smoking this thing. I mean, there's shad everywhere. They're definitely too, but so far, like, no big ones though. That's true.
You don't think I'll get that?
Nope. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big one, dude. On the blade. Please. Barely hooked. Get in the net. Well, we were just talking about how we weren't catching any big ones on the blade bait, and then right there, caught a big one on the blade bait. That is going to be a coal for the old best 5 on the scale. Probably like a 3.5, 4 pounder. Laid into that one, and she tugged back pretty good. Barely freaking hooked, dude. All right, let's see what we got on the scale. We had a 14.5 pounds, and we're going to be looking at 16 plus now for our best 5. That fish is going to go, I think she's 4, now close to it. 3.85 pounder, beautiful. Almost 4 pounds on the blade. Finally got a solid bite, kind of out a little bit deeper too. Still in that grass, but more like 8 foot of water. Beautiful fish. Good deal right there, going back in the water. Glad we could get one decent fish on camera for you guys. We lost the 5 pounder. Well, I mean, we caught the 5 pounder, but we didn't get it on camera. We are up to 16.24 pounds. So we are working on a freaking bag. 1 or 2 more big bites like that, we're gonna be knocking on the door of 20. And that's kind of the goal of the day. So beautiful fish right at the edge of this basin. And let me just show you guys this blade one more time. little gold blade bait. This is what's been getting it done all day long. Really, I say all day long. And this is what's been getting it done for the past 20 minutes. We've caught like 20, 25 fish in 20 minutes. This has been the deal. As you guys might have just heard me mention, we caught all of those fish in a matter of 20, 25 minutes. It was back to back to back. I was catching them, Chris was catching them, pretty much every single cast on a blade bait. One of us was hooking up with a bass, and I do not want to bore you with us catching so many more 14, 15 inchers. So we're going to wrap up this video because we go on to catch 87 bass that day. I went through, counted all the footage. We ended up getting on a couple different bites as well too, but the blade bait, all in all, caught like 60 plus of the fish that we caught that day. Absolutely wild day in the water. We ended up upgrading to like 17.5 pounds too, so we didn't really get any more big ones, which is why we're not gonna really show anything else, but crazy, crazy day on the water. And I think that the moral of the day was you have to fish the conditions. I was trying to film that video with the chatterbait. We had no wind whatsoever. It was flat calm out there. Chris started catching them on that bottom bait, the blade bait, and it seems like all of those fish were just hugging the bottom of the lake so hard, and when you hopped one of these in front of their face, they ate it instantly. So check it out. If you guys have never thrown a blade bait, it works incredibly well in northern states, but I know a lot of guys catch them down south as well. So Johnson Thin Fisher is awesome. This is a 1/2 ouncer. The 𝗕𝘀𝗀𝗶𝗹 Death Stalker is one of my favorite blades as well. I wasn't throwing it in this video because one, didn't have any in my boat, and two, I think that they did want a little bit bigger bait fish profile because there's a lot of really large shad that were swimming around the boat. But check it out. Try the blade bait out, guys, and always fish the conditions. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Thank you to MTB for letting me take over the channel once again, and I will catch you guys in the next one.